Next area I'm going to talk about is taking a throw at second base on a tag play on a throw from the catcher. Here's what we'll do in that situation. There's a man on first base. Shortstop, he's going to get in his ready position. As soon as the pitcher starts his windup, first movement, I'm going to check the runner. If the runner's breaking to steal second base, my first move will not be to the base. I will start just cheating in toward the hitter, and then if the ball's hit, I'll have a chance to make a play, or if it's to my right, I've got a chance to make a play. I do not want to come in and then break when I see the runner break, and now a ball's hit where I've left that area, because now you'll have first and third. So it's important, check your runner. As soon as a pitcher makes his first move, check your runner. If he breaks, start coming to the hitter, he swings and misses, or it's a ball, then I'll break to the bag. Now once I get to the bag, with just a man on first base, you want to straddle the bag right here. I'm going to straddle the bag, get in an athletic position, and I'm going to be right here to receive the throw. If the throw's on the money, I'm going to catch and put a V tag on. I do not ever want to catch the ball on a tag play with two hands. That's much slower. I think you're a defensive infielder if you try to catch it with two hands. So I'm here, V tag, and get out of there. One cardinal sin for a middle infielder on this play is if the throw is offline and you try to pick the ball or try to backhand the ball and the ball goes to center field and you allow that guy to get to third base. If the throw is off the money, inside, just come on up, catch the ball, try to tag him if you have a chance. But the main purpose is to keep that ball in the infield. If the throw is going to short hop you off to either side, come in, block it, let the ball come off your chest, keep the ball in the infield. You do not want that center fielder to try to make a play because this guy will be at third base. We don't always know as a middle infielder when the guy's going to steal. So when we get in our ready position and the pitcher makes his move, as soon as we check the runner, if he does not go, he does not attempt to steal second base, you check the hitter again and hold your ground, and then if the pitch is swung at and missed, or it's a ball, now you check the runner again and move toward the bag. He might try a delay steal, but this puts you in a good habit to keep the opponent from trying a delay steal because you're always heads up. Both middle infielders should be able to, after the pitch is thrown, the runner's not going, always finish by moving in and checking your runner. It's important for the shortstop and second baseman to communicate on who's covering the bag. You do this by glove signals, by me, you. This will be determined by pitch, who the hitter is, who the pitcher is. That's up to each individual ball club. If there's a first and third situation, instead of straddling the bag on a throw, we want to be in front of the bag. This will allow us to get to the ball quicker if the third base runner breaks to the plate. So when I'm squared here, if the throw is on its way and I see the runner release, then I've got to come to the ball. I've got to get my feet and hips turned to catch the ball so that I can get my shoulder toward the target. If I don't have good feet on that and I'm late, I'll catch the ball here and I'll be late with my lower half and my front shoulder, and my elbow will drop and I'll have a tendency to not make a good throw. You can either use peripheral vision on seeing the runner go, or you can help from a verbal sign from your third baseman or your shortstop or second baseman, whoever's taking the throw. If the runner does not break at third, now we'll catch the ball, tag the runner, and then check my runner at third base to keep him from scoring. If the second baseman's taking the throw on a steal, we're going to do the same thing as we did at shortstop. We're going to see the pitcher start his movement, check the runner. If he's going, we hold our ground, and then as the pitch is swung and missed at or taken for a ball, then we break to the bag. When you break to the bag here, same thing as far as the second baseman, he's going to get out of there. A real important play for an infielder is pop-ups that are hitting to the shallow outfield area. It's important before the pitch is thrown that you know where your outfielders are playing. If you're the second baseman, you need to know where your right fielder's playing, where your center fielder's playing, what type of running speed do they have, because that's going to determine how far you might need to go on a pop-up or a fly ball. Now, it's important to get a good jump on a pop-up or a fly ball, and by doing that, we get in our good ready position, and we've got to use a drop step. If the ball's hit over our right shoulder, pitcher starts his wind-up, We jab step to our ready position. As soon as the ball's hit over our right shoulder, we got to open up with our front side and go back. If the ball's hit over our left shoulder, we've got to open up with our left side and go back. That's how we're going to get a good jump. You don't want to, the ball's hit to the right side, you don't want to back up and then turn. You might not get to the ball as quickly. So it's important that our first step is an open drop step. Another key point on a pop-up to shallow outfield is once you go back on the ball, you want to keep going back and not drift. You want to come back and then get behind the ball once you know you have it. Once you know you have the ball, you call it verbally and by giving arm motions so that the outfielders can see you if there's a big crowd or hear you if there's not a big crowd. But you need to do both. Call for the ball, but also show some motion with your arm that they know you have the baseball. Do not call the ball though until you know you have it. One of the most common mistakes in outfield and infield is the ball's going the outfield, infielder gets a little gun shy, outfielder's not sure he can catch it, ball falls in for a base hit. Guys sometimes stand on second base. So it's important that you communicate with your outfielder. Do not drift on the ball. Ball's hit over your right side, don't come back and drift, because when you do that, you can't cover as much ground, your head will bounce, and you're not going to get to as many pop-ups. So it's important, use good footwork on a pop-up fly ball. Cutoffs and relays are a very important part of defensive baseball. It's important that the outfielders and infielders are on the same page when it comes to doing cutoffs. It's important that the outfielder makes a good throw to the cutoff man, and it's important that the cutoff man is lined up to the proper base. What you want to do as an infielder, if you're taking a throw from the center fielder, say, to third base, you want to square up toward the outfielder so that he can see the target. You got your arms up. You're lined up to third base. As the throw comes in, you want to turn your glove side shoulder toward the target and get your feet moving. You want to come back, catch the baseball, and be in that position right there. So as you catch the ball, you're turned, both elbows are up, your shoulder is toward the target, and you've got a good lower half to make a good throw. It's important that you really use your feet on this because you're going to have to sometimes make a long throw. And not only is it a long throw, but it needs to be an accurate throw if you plan on getting the runner out. So I'm squared up, the throw's coming in, it's a good throw, I see it's on line, I turn, I catch the ball, and from there, then I'm going to make the good throw to the third baseman. If the throw is going to be a hop, whether it's a short hop or a long hop, if it's a long hop, well, I'm okay, because now I'll just catch the ball here and do the same thing. If it's going to be a short hop, I've got to make a decision. Either come up and catch the ball in the air, or I've got to come back and catch a long hop. But regardless how I'm taking the throw, my key points are not to catch the ball with my back toward the third baseman. I want to be moving my feet and catch the ball and keep my elbows up ready to throw. There might not be a play at third base, there might be another play somewhere else, so I've always got to be ready to throw. If there's not a play, then I've got to catch the ball and sprint to get the baseball in. Don't let the runners advance. The cutoff we just talked about is with a single infielder. The next double cut I want to talk about is with two infielders. These are on balls that are hitting the gaps that are sure doubles, or down the line that are sure doubles. It's important that they act in tandem out there when they're out there receiving a relay throw. The shortstop and second baseman need to get about 20 to 30 feet in between themselves. They need to know who the outfielder is and how strong his arm is, how accurate he is. You want to make the outfielder make the longer throw. Once they know what base they're going to, generally with nobody on, you're lining up to third, man on first, you're lining up to home. Once that's been determined, now the shortstop, if the ball's hitting the left center, will be the lead guy, and the second baseman will be the trail guy. They'll line up to the correct base with the proper distance between them. The goal of the outfielder is to hit the lead infielder in the chest. The trail infielder, who will be the second baseman in this case, should be the eyes for the shortstop, letting him know where the play is, whether to relay the ball or to cut and run it in, whatever the situation is. It's important that they work together. If the throw's on the money, we're in good shape. If it's going to be a long hop, we're okay. If the ball's going to be high and it's overthrown to the lead infielder, then it's up to the trail guy to come up and catch the ball in the air. If the ball's going to short hop the lead infielder, it's important that the trail guy sees that and he comes up and catches the long hop. You do not want to try to catch a short hop as a lead guy, and you don't want to have to leave your feet to catch it as the lead guy, because you're not going to be able to come down and make a good throw if you have to leave your feet. And if you're trying to catch a short hop and the ball kicks off 8, 10, 15 feet, guys are going to advance to another base.